Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Irene. If you're new here, please give me a subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, you already know. Kudos to you. Thank you for always supporting. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying tuned. With that being said, today is an awareness for all the women that are going back home to get married. Getting married is a great thing. I guess the right thing to do in the sight of God. But I've been thinking, I want to talk about it because me myself, I've been there. I married my husband in Liberia. Don't worry, I'll tell you the story. Once we start talking to a guy in Liberia, then it become our responsibility. We women, we are spending way too much money on those men. Money we can even keep for ourselves or for our children. As soon as we start talking to the men in Liberia, we have to start spending our last. Like it's our first time dating. I'm not saying we shouldn't. I'm not saying we shouldn't. If you have the hand to do it, why not? But the pace that most of us women are going, we're moving way too fast, making it seem like it's so easy to get money over here in America and taking care of them. It's like we're bribing them with money to be with us. Because once they ask to marry us and we're ready to take care of the entire responsibility that's supposed to be both household. So we need to slow down. We the Decemberists, we are going to Liberia again. Some of the weddings are already happening. Because as soon as the men ask her that they want marry her, they're ready. Go and tell our friend, go and tell mom, go and tell daddy to marry them. But then, time for the wedding now, who takes the responsibility? I'm sure that also, Moyola, you will not say the truth. If the man will send you money from Liberia here, I'm not saying some of them can do. Truth be told, there has been few successful marriages from back home. So it's not all the men. It's not all the men. But there's some, the scammer, the con artists, that are over there, that are only seeking for their own interest, self-centered, and they like to exploit people, kindness. I'm talking to those men. There are some women that actually went back home, married their husbands, bring them here, and they were doing extremely well together. So I'm not here to bash every man in Africa or every man in Liberia. There has been successful stories. But we that marrying those ones that don't care, that want to be part of the I'm dating the American girl, that will be taking care of me, I'm talking to them. And today I'm not talking about the men. I'm only focusing on the women. After we accept now, then we start getting ready. Start spending money. We're ready to spend the money because we have it. We in America. Why not? And in many Africa, he doesn't have their hand. Some of us will fly from America. Yeah, we have our own ring to Africa for the men to marry us. So we technically we are marrying them. How many of the men sent money from Liberia here for you to buy a ring? I know some people go to Liberia, they actually use the rings and over there. But how many of us? Then we'll start pushing 16 hours. We'll start working overtime, working our butt off because a wedding is coming. Sending money there to make sure everything is in place before we go. We pay for DJ, hall, family wear, bride and groom attire. We pay for everything, including food and transportation. The cars that will take family to and from, we take care of that. So who is marrying who? So let me tell you my own story. even though my husband will be upset, but I can't talk about other people and I'm keeping my own a secret. How am I even helping? How is it an awareness if I'm not being transparent? Prior to us going to Liberia, and I pay for DG, pay for the hall, um, I order our clothes. You already know. Um, what is it? Was it Alibaba? My friend, my Nigerian friend, she offered to buy the bridesmaids and the groomsmen to buy their attire. So she actually did that for me. Thanks to my boo boo. Actually, we send the clothes ahead for everybody to have their material on time to go and sew their clothes. To make it easier, I know a boy that I used to sew for me, so I send them there for him to do the work. The clothes were given. I got to like, bro, some of them not even sew their clothes. Some of them said that they don't have transportation to go to the boy to do their measurement, even though the clothes is there. All they had to do is pay their way to get their measurement done. Some of them couldn't do it. They needed transportation for me to send. And I said no. Anybody that now go and do that measurement, I mean they don't need to be standing. I can get you free lap and I pay your way. We charged the men $100 and the women $50. Some of the men were able to pay. I think out of the women, only 2 people paid, but still thanks to you all. When we got to Liberia, I don't know, my husband never took the whole thing seriously. He never did. Until when I got to Liberia, if I tell you, we'll leave the house early in the morning. We'll stay out until 12 a.m., 1 a.m. That's when we'll return back to our hotel. It was way too much. One thing that I never did was to buy my own ring. That, I'm going to put it out there. I never bought my own ring. The sister contributed towards the ring. She gave us $1,000 towards the ring. So my husband took care of that in Liberia before I could get to Liberia. And his own side of the family, they did what the coup for the traditional rites. They did all that. And my own family, not even to have meeting when I got to Liberia. My uncle didn't say I had to transport them to come to my uncle who is here in the state, his house in Thinker Village. That's where we were. Well, that's where my parents were. So that's where we were supposed to have the meeting. They said they don't have transportation. I have to transport them. No, they don't have to come for the meeting. It's okay. But at least they know so they can tell me that I'm being disrespectful, that I came here, I refused to have meeting with them. And I went out here and got married. So they kept doing it back and forth until we never had time to have the meeting. Myself, I'm busy just running here and there all day long. Some of my family, after I get in Lelapa, I had to sew it for them. They couldn't sew their lapa, I had to sew it for them. There is a parable that goes, you can be in the middle of the lake and fear that you are still cold. You just gotta push through. That was my case. I was already there, so why not? I assisted some that I could to pay for their sewing. Another thing was the decoration. When we found the lady that did the decoration actually, according to the person that we have in charge, I don't want to call her name before I get in trouble here, please. But the person that was in charge of the decoration, she said that I should phone someone. And the lady is charging, I think at that time, it said 800. So my husband said, no, it's too expensive. We can find somebody else. So she said, oh, yeah, man, not worry. I will go back and talk to her so she can reduce the price. So when they came back, she said the lady agreed on $550, which I also sent. What I paid versus what I got If you're in my shoes, you're gonna cry for me. This lady, she didn't even decorate the place except where we were sitting. We paid the money in full after we paid for everything. So the person is that in charge now, I guess. She didn't get a woman all the money. Fast forward, the day of the wedding, where we were going back and forth, the lady called that at that time we were at the house going through with the traditional first before going to the church. She was calling the person in charge of the decoration. She called, she couldn't get her. So now she called my husband phone. And she said that, oh, I don't know what you want me to do. I have all the material here. I want to ask the boys in to help me take the thing to the reception hall. And your person in charge is not answering her phone. I've been calling and calling. Nobody is answering. I need the money. She still hasn't paid my balance. I need the money for the boys in to help me to take the thing. I can't take them by myself. So I said, give me the phone. What balance? And I asked her, but she said, well, I charged $350. So she gave me $300 and she said that the $50 that she was gonna give it to me later. So Tanade, she not give me the money yet. And I need the money to transport the things. I said, from $550 to $350. So yeah, see the way the people can be behaving. Even if you will take from somebody, oh, 200, $100 is not enough. $50 is not enough. So when I brought the thing to my family attention, of course, it's a family thing. I had to let it go. The day of the wedding now, we gave money to my uncles for the transportation. I don't know where the other uncle did with the money. It was terrible. It was a disaster. We got stuck in traffic from Thinker Village to ah, I think Smile Liberia. Either Smile Liberia or Smart Liberia, something like that. The place was really far. I mean, the traffic, especially the time of the day, would took forever. And let me tell you a funny thing, our car broke down. I don't even know. Like, just weird things just kept happening to the point I was just tired. I was like, you know what? I'm just ready to go back. Just take me anywhere. I just need to move here. It's freaking hot. The boy AC in the car is not even properly working, even though that's what we requested. Extremely hot. Everybody is sweating. We had to get down from the car. One boy passing, and guy said a half gallon. I actually didn't know what he meant to. A half gallon. Everybody started laughing. So I said, what do you mean by half gallon? Half gallon mean instead of in Liberia you getting $10 to buy gas. They will not use it $10 to buy gas, so they will use $5 to get half a gallon. So all the people saw me start laughing also. Yeah, in our clothing, standing by the roadside, waiting for mechanic to figure whatever they needed to do for us to proceed on. Another story. We finally got to the reception hall. The pastor said we told two and the pastor left. But whoever that he left in charge was still there. Time for the I do and I do. There were no ring. We couldn't find the ring. I'm telling you, the story was just mélangé. French people say it was all over the place. No ringo. What would they? Now, person I was secret. Nobody knew anyways. Start asking where the ring. Asking each. I don't have the ring. Yesterday the ring was inside this thing. Who took it? We don't know. Start looking for the ring everywhere. My brother's wife. And you know how in Liberia their ring is double. They have I don't know engagement ring. They marry ring. Me, and I know them all. So she took it off. The one that has a stone, I used that one for me. And the wedding ring, she used that one for my husband. Finally, time to go home. Everybody was standing waiting around, waiting for Irene to transport them back. I was like, I need to get the heck out of here. Those people won't kill me before my time. I want to go. We found our way to get out of there. Those people that were to put on the bus or whatever, now the baby bus now are making you like they small kind and they call bus. So we'll put them on there. Everybody else responsible for themselves. Let them find their way. I got in the car and left. I left some of them there. Later on, some of them complained, oh, we went to the wedding and you all left us there. We had no way of getting back home. You all left us there. If you had no way of going back home, you shouldn't have come to begin with. Because it had gotten to the point like, I just didn't care anymore because people were being way too selfish and self-centered. Like, what are you even doing for me too? Everything should be me because I come from America. Later on, we found the ring in one of the backpacks that we used that day to go to Waterside to go pick up the ring because the guy, too, I don't know, people, you can't give somebody an assignment in Liberia for them to do in time. We stay in that man's shop until like 10, almost 11 p.m. for him to finish. We sat right there for him to finish the ring before for us to get in and go home. I think I would forgot it inside the backpack. Let me add insult to my injuries in Liberia. The first time I went, in my previous video, I'm not staying with family, so in the house, I only brought one person, my uncle's daughter. When she heard, she paid her own way and came from Ganto. She was staying with us. If they say sweet talker, hey, Jesus. The lady, when she finished talking, said, the way you're in America, I wish the people here, they can understand the struggle that you can go through, even when it's snowing, all the things you can still go through. When the lady finished talking, he said, I want to live with me. I don't want anybody, I don't want any other family in the house. Even my cousin was left from Minnesota, he gave up. He said, oh wow, at least somebody in this country that knows what we'll go through over there. This is sister, she's wise. Wise indeed. The lady was paving a way to deal with us. We were staying at that house when my friend came, my Nigerian friend, because from Liberia, after our traditional wedding, she's supposed to go to Nigeria. And my sister was supposed to send me money. Instead of sending it to me, I told them, no, y'all give it to Remy. When Remy coming for her to bring the cash to avoid going to MoneyGram or all that stuff. So they give her the money. That money, I told her to keep it. When she came, she showed me the money. So I said, keep it. And right now, there's a lot of spending going on. At least after everything, I will still have something to fall back on. Worst mistake. We left the money in the house. It's me, Remy, my husband, and that my cousin. Just the four of us in the room, in the house, a two-bedroom house. She started stealing our money small. But you know where she started? We didn't catch it soon. When we first arrived, Ria Highway, had a guest house over there. That's where we were stopping. You know that the guest started stealing from us. My husband said, oh, I was having $40 in my bag here, but maybe we use it yesterday. You know, the back and forth. But she knew we were busy, so she was just doing her own thing. So I said, maybe we'll spend it yesterday. But he said, no, the money was in my wallet when we came back. I said, okay, we'll look everywhere. We couldn't find it. But every morning the girl can't say, oh, I'm going down or I'm in some kind of susu and I'm supposed to send my susu money. The other person send me the money on my account. I want to send it to my susu man for me to pay my own portion. Not knowing that all money I gave her taking, sending to one of her friends to be keeping. So money my friend brought her in the house. The girl will be taking it small. By the time wedding, everything finished. All the money was gone, even including my own friend including Remy money. Problem. Oh. I can't embarrass me. Where I taking money from? Now I have to pay my friend way for her to go to Nigeria. I begged Mercy, please, if you still have some of the money with you, please give it to my friend for her to pay her way to go back to Nigeria. She had to go see her own family before going back. I don't have any more money on me. And I can't call my sister then again to say, oh, y'all send me money. Like, I didn't even have the face to ask anybody. The girl swear upon her children's life, swear upon her life. If she take the money, come or hate her, she will die, because God get patient with some of us. He can't just strike some of us there. The girl sworn that she never took any money from the house. But then when she used to take the money, she would go to Tinker Village where Grandma used to be. She will be giving her money $100. Even the people in their house that are being concerned. Irene giving Mercy money. Mercy came out. She gave her mom $100. She gave her pa $100. $100 new notes. But all of them never say anything until last minute. I told them, say they should leave me alone. I don't care. You not know that Mercy can steal. Me and you in Liberia. I know about her stealing. If y'all know she can steal. When she first came to our place, there why you need to, somebody not even try to pinch me that she can steal. The only lady that I did when we were still at the hotel, Ria Highway, she said that, oh sis Irene, you have to be careful with your things in the house. Because sis Mercy can steal. Point blank, she told me. But then after she told me, and she herself brought her own story, oh Irene, you have to be careful. You know, princess, Jesus, princess can steal. Literally can be taking things from behind people. So when you're leaving a place, you must be lacking a place, you shouldn't leave your stuff unattended. So now when both of them were doing this, I was like, but who I would believe now? Since then, I just left the whole thing, I just let it slide over my head. That girl, so blood from my eye. That one, I'll not call it tears. At one point, I took Mercy outside, talked to her, I think for like an hour, to beg her for that money for her to give Remy half of the money back. She don't have to give mine back. And she said, okay, she'll see what she can do. And a few minutes later, this girl went in our house, took off all her clothes and came out naked, crying and swearing. I did all I could to pay her way. My friend went to, my own story there. But my own thing with the men, my husband knew when he said he wanted to get married, even if you're not getting him, it was a whole year to plan for it. You could hustle on your own. You don't wait last minute. Of course, when people disappoint you last minute because you asked them last minute, that's what that's what he told me. Go and ask this person, they said they were going to do that, and then last minute they disappointed me. Because you didn't ask them long enough, you never took it seriously. Why not take it seriously if you're the same person that asked for it? But because we ourselves we seem very desperate, as soon as they say they want marriage now, then we're ready to get money. We'll start sponsoring everything until your money start going thin now. I thought like realization start to like settle in. I spent way too much. And I'm telling you, when I came back to America, I was broke as hell. I was broke. Of 1,500 that I left in my account. Of course, when I come back, I had to pay my rent, right? And I had to pay my other bills. My phone, you already know, insurance. I had all those bills to pay for. Now I spend all my money in Africa in the name of getting married. We'll spend our lives to marry these men because they want to marry us. Save your money until he is can prove that he will help you. If you have the money, please don't listen to me. If you do have the money, do not listen to me. Go ahead with your wedding if the money is there. I'm talking about some people were taking their children in, last money from their saving, working their butts off to marry these men. What are we getting back in return? Maybe some of them they're helping with projects. They're helping their wives with their projects, maybe businesses. Those are doing it. I'm glad vows after getting married, They're actually being a helping hands to you. I thank God for you. But besides that, what are we getting? To have sex with us once a year or twice a year. That once a year, you buy your own ticket again. You pay for a hotel. Maybe if you're not paying for a hotel after the wedding, when you came back, you got an apartment like the place he's staying now. You're paying for the apartment. So maybe this time you're not go to a hotel. You put food in the house because you want to make sure say food is in the house when you go. You do that one twice a year. So what are they giving us back in return? What are we getting back in return besides the sex? Let think. I'm not saying anyone shouldn't go get married. I say I finished doing it. I'm not saying marrying my husband is a mistake, but we don't need to strain ourselves to go through a wedding if both partners are not ready financially, especially back home. For some of us that have petty job that are not making enough money, we shouldn't take for our children and saving our last tax return. When we get it, then we'll go and go spend it on a man and to marry us. And another thing that is very terrible, this lady, she married her husband. She built a 5-bedroom house. The man is still there. She came here, started working on his paper. You know what's in Ninibi? He started doing? The woman, his wife, mom lives in the house. The 5-bedroom finished. I played the living, right? The mom is inside the house with him. The wife, little sister in the house. Every now and then, man can be booking women there, or they can be seeing he and other women them. But instead of going outside to do his foolishness, he want breaking inside the house. The lady that inside the house, that the lady he wants to molest. We finish struggling. We want the man to do well. He take a 5-bedroom house, he put somebody inside. What is he doing for himself? What is this man doing for himself? They will live on us. If you ask them, someone will say, no, I'm not with you because I want to come to America. I'm not with you because I want money from you. What else you all want? If you're not wanting money, if you're not want to come to America, come to think of it, the far getting like in Liberia, flat stomach. You see the trend and complexion say, you see that it's in you even feel insecure about yourself. You think some of them are smart, very educated. So what do you want from us? We that in America here, we all fat, chubby. Where flat stomach coming from? We don't even have time to go to the gym. Let me just say, some of us don't have time to go to the gym. But the chubby one in like myself, where our stomach here be like this, we're ready. We start the waist trainer where we can barely breathe because we want flat stomach. As soon you open our waist trainer, the stomach flying back out. And so the men, they left all that in Liberia and they want us here because they love us so much. When we finish sending our fat money in, they use our fat money for their slim fit girlfriends in. Some of them married there. When you go, they be pretending that they don't have anybody. When you come back, then they move back in the house with their women. What kind of wickedness is that? Let me tell you a story about another woman, and her own story came to me like right in time when I was ready to do this video. The lady, she met a guy here. The person is a little younger than her, so she was doing, shakara. How she owning the boy, she now want to date the boy. The boy asked to buy her ticket to go see. She said she now want to do it. And through this, her pastor here now, the pastor introduced her to one of his brother in Christ. When this lady met this man, so when the man asked to marry her, she accepted. So she started working 2 jobs. What thing I see? And we like sponsoring wedding. This lady started working 2 jobs to save her money for the wedding, and also since she hasn't been back for a long time, she will also try to purchase a land for her while she's there. She sent $5,000 to him. The first question that popped in my head, you don't get banking in America here? Or you get plenty of money in your bank and they no longer have space? Why would you take your 5,000 to send to somebody to keep? Keep it for who? You think it's for you? The lady took for $5,000, sent to the mayor. She's saving it to buy her land. And also she working extra hard to send some more money for the wedding also. Within a year, before she could go, she not even go here. The man used all the money. He used that lady almost $7,000. He used everything. And that mud brain of his, he didn't even think twice to say, let me buy land with the money, even if it's not for the lady, or open some kind of business that will give him return. $5,000 is small money. I'm not saying you should like playing that kind of wicked thing against her, but if you use somebody hard-earned money, why on women? The man started living off pleasure until he used all that woman money. You know how long that woman had to stand on her feet to get that money? I'm not looking down on anybody's job. She works at a fast food joint, Burger King. Y'all know if you're not get Burger King in your states, like McDonald's, I'm just trying to give you a picture. They don't really make much. And when you're doing housekeeping, even if you're serving or cashier, you stand on your feet all day. There's no easy job here in America. That lady stood on her feet all day. To add insult to injury, this lady got 4 children. Took the money sent to that fool. And he just lavished the woman money. Just like that. Just like that, like the money can grow on tree here. You wait for another one talking, he stop talking to her that she has problem. What problem? If you're using a woman money, there's no accountability. Once they do something to you, you should just let it go. That you work for it. But I blame them all. I blame us. Because we seem very desperate. You think a minute they not get women in down there, or there's nobody in Liberia they can find. They can find people there. But some of them just come into our lives to use us, to exploit us of our money. You take care of them throughout the year. You feed them throughout the year. Some of them are not want to do anything. They're looking for a government job in order for them to work. They don't want to do nothing. I give you 6 months. Your pressure will go up. And when we come by, the excitement I can be in us, we want to do business. You send your stuff for them to sell. They don't know the good use. It will spoil them. Because when we come by the way, we can be so happy. Oh, now that I have my husband back home, let me buy this one, let me get this one and send it home for us to start business. We'll open our store. How many of you done that successfully? They will say all the sweet words. You send those things, they don't know the value. I've done it. Maybe it not happening to other people, but the way I'm talking, they just know that from my own experience because I have done it. And all those things, all those barrels I sent. They sold whatever they could sell, took the money today, and I don't even know how much they made out of them. I'm not stopping anyone from getting married, but we have to think about it that a lot of people has been victim of this thing. It's just like they're not voicing it out, they're not talking about it. I know if you have a family that gone through it, you have heard 1 or 2 people's story that went back home, got married, they came back, they found out later that their husbands are married or husband have children with somebody else, and we just left with frustration, depression after doing all these things for this man. If you have the money, save it. When that man ready, you will get married. Because if you want married, you should be able to hustle himself too, and not leave everything with us simply because we are coming from America. You need to hustle and give your own contribution. They say nothing free in America. We need to apply that mentality over there. There's nothing free in America, so nothing should be free in Africa. Whatever you get, you have to work for it. But those men are getting them for free. You know, my cousin, y'all know he's my G's partner. Every time I always say my cousin, because he's my G's partner. Oh. I hear myself can be G's team. Hmm? You can't come in and say, you're the women and you'll get problem. But since you're feeling women and 1 year, yeah, you always start saying, oh, I'm gonna buy my own ticket to can't see you, then you can't sleep with me. So you saying now why you can be saying, you're not gonna buy your own ticket to come visit somebody like, yeah, where the ticket is cheaper. Or someone then said they will offer to take you on a vacation and you'll get 100 excuses. You'll buy your own ticket, you'll go to Africa, pay for everything, pay for your own food, pay for your own hotel, you'll go for the men to sleep with you for free. So what's the difference? So we always say when you're going to Liberia now, we'll be following you. At least when we get to Liberia, we'll be that the men in Liberia. We not get money. Why are they in Liberia? We not get money like them. So we're not paying nobody anymore. I swear I couldn't stop laughing when he said that. No free oil change in America, but free oil change in Liberia. I don't want to say sex. So and now other men are protesting, they're following the women to Liberia. But I just want to be real. And that's the fact. We women, we do that. Because when we see that men, we can add it our first time we're virgin. In fact, I think the men they be using jazz on us. Yeah, so if you start talking to people in Africa, I feel say they can be using juju on us. Because sometimes unconsciously we can just send money and then you start to realize, like, why am I sending money like this? I swear some of you should put it to a test. Seeing those men, they love us so much. Test your husband or test your boyfriend. Some of you that have a boyfriend there. Stop sending him money for the next 2, 3 months. If he doesn't move on to the next person, you'll see. And all I get to say, if they're not using jazz on you and you just love the person genuinely, congratulations to all those that are going this year to get married. Congratulations to y'all. I pray for a success story. Y'all might not worry, I will talk about the men. I got some stuff on the men and I leaving for you to go marry again into. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You don't know how grateful I am. I'm very grateful for all the comments, for all the subscriptions. I am so thrilled. I am so happy. And let me tell y'all, I love to read comments. It's a therapy for me as well. So I like to read comments. Leave me a comment. Don't worry, I'm going to respond regardless if it take a day or two. I will respond. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye.